in the markets and what are the levels to track here? Ajit Naik from HDFC Securities is joining us. Hi, good afternoon, Ajit. Thank you so much for joining us. Ajit, firstly, if you look at the market texture, there is a lot of weakness in the market, especially with the elevated crude prices, the weakness in the banking names. We also managed to slip below the 24,000 mark today, though we have recovered from that. We are still hovering around the 24,000 mark. What are the levels that you are tracking? What are the important levels to now watch out for? And of course, Nifty Bank is also showing a lot of weakness today. A lot of banking names declining in trade. What are the levels you're tracking for Nifty Bank as well?
Yeah, good afternoon. So if we look at the market, we need to see market from at least 5 days perspective because we will get a broader picture. So if we look at the market from 5 days range, it was on an internal smaller time frame. It was making higher tops and higher bottom. Though on a larger time frame, we were in a downtrend. So market weren't able to cross the 24,350 mark, which were earlier discussed in your channel. So that was an important area because we had seen a gap down on 7th of July. So that becomes a very important supply zone. So we tested that level on 20th July, but we were not able to close above it. So that indicated that still there is some more selling pressure occurred from that zone itself. And now we are breaking 23,950 level, which is also a very good important support zone. So this kind of failure, the rejection from 24,200 shows us that there is strength in a downward trend rather than an upward trend. So I feel that if we break 23,950 and close below it, I think some more steam is left on the downside. We may probably test 23,750 as well because there is a daily gap which is still pending, which created after 12th of June. So that is a very important support zone. Many times that support were not taken out, but testing those support many times indicates that the support has now become weak. So if this time if it breaks that level, then we could see further downside. For market to stay above the 24,200 level, only that gives us an indication that market is an upward trajectory. Otherwise, I feel that a lot more correction is due on the market. Similarly, if you look at the Bank Nifty chart, it was more stable and it was a more sideways kind of a market rather than a weakness. But we know that a few of the large space banking stocks have not delivered the expected result. So there is a gap down in Axis and major banks. Even ICICI Bank, after delivering good result, we are seeing some kind of profit booking. Bandhan Bank down more than 10% today. So this is causing a lot of worry. 56,600 on a spot level is very important for Bank Nifty. If it breaks that level, I think some more a correction could come. It can even drag Bank Nifty to 55,400 to 500 odd level.
All right, so that's not a very rosy picture as far as the markets are concerned, more downside perhaps on the anvil. But Ajit, in this market, what would be your calls? What would be your picks? Would you give a buy call on in this market, or what would be the strategy?
Not sure. I'm not sure about the buy call it will work because if you look at the crude, if you look at the rupee, they're also not giving us a very conviction to take long calls on the market. Despite of the Asian market showing strength in last couple of session, we were not holding to the mark. We are bleeding, and there is good amount of correction in large cap space as well. So buying at this level is not very favorable. We need some sort of consolidation and a good reversal setup to take a long call. Autos, especially because of the numbers, they are doing good. TVS Motor, Bajaj Auto, the chart pattern on the major time frame, they are looking good. So we can take some stock specific kind of a call rather than a sector specific. So stock specific, we can definitely look for some of the stocks. Not many are showing good patterns, but few of them will give long opportunities.
All right, so that's the view on the market, and that is what Ajit is penciling in. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us your sense on the market, Ajit. Well, let's move on and talk about